So good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining in to today's session of the Design Nuances Edu series. Now, the objective of this series is very, very clear. The idea, I'm going to share my screen right now, right? The idea of this particular series is to learn a nuance of a specific topic related to design, fashion, or architecture. You get to interact with an expert and absorb the knowledge that they share. It's a very academically oriented um, approach or a topic, right? But you also get an understanding of a new school, and you kind of figure out how they break up, how their faculty are trained to break up a complex topic and deliver it in a very simple manner. Thereby, you understand the school and their objective and what they would like to do for you. Today, we have Professor Nidhi Nashikkar, who's the assistant professor at MIT Indore, Avantika University. And the topic today is around human-centered design, right? Or human-centric design. And this is something that we keep hearing about, but really we need to understand it. We need to decode it and see what it's all about. And to tell us more about this, we have Professor Nidhi Nashikkar. She holds a graduate degree in landscape designing from uh, Indore, along with a 3-year diploma in architecture and interior designing from Indore itself, right? She has specialized in Vastu and accessorization. So, Professor Nidhi has worked professionally with various firms before getting into academics. But while she was working at firms, she was also doing guest lectures, right? Now, for the past 4 years, she's also run her independent projects encompassing both residential and commercial ventures in Indore and neighboring cities. So, Professor Nidhi, thank you so much for joining in. One last instruction before I hand it over to you. For those of y'all who are interested in applying to MIT Indore, I'm going to share the application link in the chat, and we'll take it from there. All right. But as of now, over to you, Professor Nidhi.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. This is Nidhi Nashikkar here, as introduced, Assistant Professor in Avantika University, Indore. Basically, I am an interior designer with extensive experience of 10 years and both into academics and industry as well. So, for today, I'm going to discuss something about human-centric design. Okay, let me share the screen.
Can you check now?
Yes, sure. Okay. So rather than going into presentation, I really want to make it more based on examples of real life that you guys can relate what is human-centric design more easily with the live examples and can focus more on that. But to give a small example of human-centric design, I would, in easy way, I would say it is a problem-solving approach that prioritizes the needs of the people, basically the people who are going to use that product or that service. It is something very interactive system that will help us develop the system's usability and focus on the user. What are the requirements of that particular user, how it is going to get applied based on the human factors, knowledge, and the different techniques that are used. So In easy words, it is just that problem solving approach. May it be interior, may it be architecture, fashion, and if I talk beyond that, then it can be UI UX and all other streams. Human centric design is something that is everywhere. We have to keep that approach. So, when I talk about human centric design, I would say five things are the most important which one has to keep in mind as a designer. First thing is empathize. What is empathy? If I say it is connecting with the user, connecting with the needs of the user we are designing something for. If I say, as an interior designer, if I want to design a space, a residential space, I need to know the background of my user. I need to know the expectations of my user. The most important thing is I need to connect with him. What is he liking or she liking? What are their expectations? If they have come to me, what they have thought of, what is their lifestyle, and I have to go deep down into it to see and empathize my client. If I talk about fashion, if I have to design a particular dress for a person who is quite very much enthusiastic, who is fashionable, and who is having who is a party go person kind of. So I have to go deep down into knowing what is his expectations for the dress he wants from me. So that is something in easy language is called empathy. Connect with the user, connect with the person you are designing for. Then we come to the ideation. Once I am well known, I'm well versed with the thought that this is something I want to design for my client, then I can ideate it. Let me talk with an example of empathize and ideation. I got a small studio apartment to design for a person who is from advertising agency. Then I have to think that what kind of things he want, what kind of lifestyle he is living. Once I am well versed with that, I will start the ideations. That is in the form of sketching, that is in the form of scribbling. As a designer, it is the utmost important thing for a designer to know sketching, scribbling, to show up your ideas, to show up your ideations. So I will start ideating the things that should I keep my particular furniture here or should I keep it on the right side? How about the ceiling heights? How about the look and feel? Should I take white color? Should I take black color? Should I take pastel colors on it? So there is something empathy and ideation works together. I have to empathize it so deeply that I get to know everything. I have to see that person's personality, what he wears, how he talks, what is his style, and then I can connect with him. For example, if I design a house for an old age couple and I designed it in vibrant colors, it would not go that interesting. I have to design it very soothing. I have to give it a soothing effect so that in their age they can enjoy that house. So, first, for any design, I will empathize, I will ideate. Once the ideation is done, I will move on to the prototyping. Why prototyping? I have to translate my ideas into prototypes. I have to make, in interior, I would say the prototypes would be I will have to make in interior and architecture 3D views. Nowadays, it is very common, it is a part of our field that before putting anything on the site, before executing anything on the site, I have to prepare 3D views. 3D views with the actual colors, with the actual elements there, because you have to make the client see that what actually it looks like. If I talk about me, whenever I design a house or a retail store or anything, I give them the 3D first. I put on the actual things I'm taking. For example, if I talk about a bedroom, I'll put on the actual laminate, the actual veneer I'm going to take there, so that the client understands that yes, this particular color is going to look good or not, or is it is going to suit me or not. So there is something I do, the prototyping. When I talk about fashion, whenever a fashion designer works on whatever dress he is making, whatever dress he is designing for, first he will try to make a prototype. What kind of a prototype? Maybe a miniature kind of for that particular dress, to see whether the colors,
Professor, Professor
the
Nidhi, if I can
yes,
interrupt here, can you put the slideshow on?
yes, sure, I will.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, the next one to the right, to the right.
Yes, yes, sorry. Yes,
The next one, last one, the rightmost one. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Uh, no, no, no,
Right?
no, 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 not that one. The other one.
Sorry.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Oh no, it's not showing. So the previous one, the one to the left of that. Yeah, that one. Maybe this one. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, prototyping is basically, uh, I was saying that fashion, when I talk about fashion, I have to design a particular dress. I have to see the colors, the combinations. Is it looking good or not? I can't directly just design it on the actual size and put it in a store that yes, you can collect it. No, that is not possible. For every design, if I talk beyond interior and architecture, I would like to give a small example here. Whenever car is designed or anything is designed, first the prototyping is done, that how will it look like, how will the things look like, what is the design of that car. So anything is human centric, needs prototyping first. Without prototyping we can't move on. So we have to translate our ideas into prototypes. Then one more thing, whenever you see a furniture designer, me also, whenever designing a furniture, for example, I'm designing a sofa right now, I can't directly put it into the actual size of 7 feet and give it to the storekeeper that keep it. No, I have to design it on small scale first, it's prototype first, and I have to see that whether it is working or not, whether the fabric I'm planning to use is having that durability or not, whether the sizes are looking good or not, whether it is suiting to that particular place or not. So here we go, empathize, then ideation, then prototyping, and then we come to the feedback. We did the prototyping, then we are going to give it to that user, particular user, or or any particular expertise of that, to get the feedback over it. Maybe there must be some up and downs, there must be some changes which we need to put into it, which we get into our ideations that yes, this is something we have to do. If we talk about a particular thing that is a art, maybe a abstract painting, whenever we do it, first we do it with pencil to see whether it is to the size or not, whether it is looking good or not, whether it is giving some story behind it or not. So everything has to everyone has to take that feedback. Whenever I design a 3D for any particular client, I forward it to them, I give them a particular amount of time to see that it will suit them or not, because every individual is having their own thoughts, is having their own idea behind it. Maybe I am a person who will like pastel colors, but the client won't like, they want something jazzy, something which is very vibrant. So I have to take their feedback, I can't directly design it and put it on site. And then after the feedback I have to talk about the solutions. Why solutions? That is again what I said right now, that every individual is having its own thought. If I talk about our mobile phones, something beyond interior architecture, but just to give a live example, Apple company designed iPhone. It is like there are different solutions which people are still working on, because someone may say that this is something not human centric. People are facing few problems to work on it. Talking about Uber, Ola, that is also a big example for it. Why can't we take a auto on the road itself? Earlier we used to do that. Bus, we were walking and we will say, "Bhaiya, ruk jao, idhar jana hai." No, someone thought of taking Ola and Uber into access, into existence. Why? To make the things more easier. There were times, if I talk 15 years down the line, the architects and the interior designers, if I talk about Zaha Hadid, if I talk about Charles Correa, 3D was not there that time. It was not that much into use. They used to do everything hand sketched. So it was so tedious to do. No doubt. On the contrary, I would say that yes, they were so good in their work. They were so much deeply into it. But it was so tedious. I give a 3D, I will share it, but the client will say, "No, ma'am, it is not. It is something I'm not liking." Next day, I have to start working hand drawing on the other 3D. So someone thought that why not bring SketchUp, 3ds Max, Revit into existence? What my work is taking 3 days, 4 days to complete, it will get completed in 8 hours of time. Why should not I look into it? That is something called human centric, a easy way to approach things. So, after feedback, we take the solutions. We talk about solutions. If I talk about interior, there are n number of things which are there in the market right now. If you don't want ply, take block board. If you don't want ply ka door, take other kind of door. Take flush door. Why? People don't want ki I will stick 2 3 plies together and then I'll make a door. No, flush door is easily available. 32 mm ka flush door is easily available. Bring down it to your home. Just put on the laminates over it and hang it. I got to make it so easy. Why would I attach a 18 mm ka ply, then one more ply over it, and then the laminates on it? No, the carpenter is also extremely busy nowadays. So I designed a flush door, which is readily available in different sizes, in different thicknesses. I'll just get it as per my requirement. I'll paste my required laminate over it. I'll paste my required veneer over it and I'll hang it down. So I am trying to make things easy. A person is trying to make things easy and talking about solutions. It was not like the things were not getting done earlier. They were getting done, but how to make it easy? That is what I said. Empathize, learn about the audience. I have to learn about the audience. How are they? What they are willing to get from me. Define. We have to define each and everything. Flush door, I had to define it. What is it? Ideate. Lot of brainstorming has to be done and create solutions over it. Lot of brainstorming. Whenever I can't do like ki if I designed a particular 1000 square feet ka house, after 2 months I again get a space of 1000 square feet to design. I can't copy paste it. I have to create different solutions. I have to create different designs. It can't be like कि अभी ये बना दिया फिर से थोड़े दिन बाद यही बना दूं. No. Then prototyping, then testing. Same thing, framing. You have to frame. That is human centered design. You have to research on things. For this, I'll give a beautiful example. Earlier, it was like we were having the Indian style washrooms, Indian style toilet seats. A person, maybe our grandmother or grandfather, 80 years old, when they have to get up, there were no rods, handle rods, or anything to get up. It used to be a pain for them to get up. After bathing, also, it used to be a pain. Then the Western commodes came into existence, even in India. After that, nowadays, there are handle rods near it. People are facing lot of knee problems, back issues and everything, so a research went on, a big research went on, and thought of finding different opportunities, different areas of opportunities for it. So we have to frame things, we have to do research over it. A designer can't just abruptly do anything. We have to do research and we have to synthesize it in a proper way. That is, we have to find patterns of behavior, we have to see areas of opportunity. Interior is having n number of opportunities right now. Interior designers are having so many opportunities to work on. I can be, I can jump and bump into so many things being an interior designer. Then concepting, there can be many new ideas. People are designing buildings in egg shape, in any abstract shape, in amoeboidal shape. That is something concepts and that are working, that are so nicely working. But there also they make the prototypes first, they make the things easy to see whether it is workable or not. Then basics, I thought of everything, I did everything and everything. But basics of human centric design. First is desirability. What does people desire? That is what I am talking of. Every individual is having different desires. Every individual is having different thought. So, desirability is the first. Then, viability. Viability in every sense. Viability can't be only in one sense. Viability in terms of finance, viability in terms of using it. Every kind of viability has to be thought. If I get to design a particular space wherein I will think that I will do PU here, I'll do veneer here and everything. But the client's financial viability is not up to that level. I can't do it. I have to do my design according to his financial viability. It can't be like that, no, I'll do veneer only. No. The financial viability says that you have to work on laminate and show as if it looks like veneer, because there are things, there are material that are existing that looks like veneer. And last is feasibility. That is the technical and organizational feasibility. Nowadays, people are moving towards modular furniture. Why? Because of the technical and organizational feasibility. Why everyone is like, I want modular furniture? Because of the space constraint, because of the technicalities. We are having vertical spaces more, we are not having horizontal spaces. If I talk about Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, there is no horizontal space left on the earth. People are growing vertically, so the space is less. So a person has to think of modular furniture. They can use a study table when they need, and they can again hang it down. People don't want to do the carpentry work at their home and disturb each and everyone around. So I'll get a modular kitchen designed for me that can be easily assembled. We are designing modular wardrobes nowadays so that we can open each and every part of it if I get transferred from one place to other. That is what is feasibility, technical feasibility, and organizational as well. Looking at the space constraint, Looking at the time constraints as well. People don't have time that the carpenter will sit and work in their home and they will keep a watch over it. No, I have hired a designer, I have given him or her all the requirements. Now get it done outside. It is a modular. 5 years down the line, if I get transferred from Indore to Bangalore, I can just open all the parts of my wardrobe and shift to Bangalore with the same wardrobe. That is the feasibility. What, as a designer, we have to look over. How to learn this human centric design process? First is learning human psychology, which is very necessary as a designer, as an interior designer, as an architect, as a fashion designer. It is so important. Why? If as a designer I don't understand human psychology and in a bedroom I do black color, that will never make sense. I have to see what color suits where. Color plays a important role. So there I have to read human psychology. What that person is up to, what kind of a field he is coming from, what kind of things he is liking, what is his financial status. I have to do study that. That is called learning, understanding people's behavior, understanding their experience. Then, to ideate anything, I have to keep my eyes open all the time as a designer. Everything in nature, everything around me is explaining me or giving me something to learn as a designer. If I am passing through a road, I can see n number of things as a designer which I can inculcate in my design. Then iterate, that is, improve the idea. Repeat, repeat, repeat. My first project, I did so and so, but in my second project, I thought of changing it. Why? Because I learned from it. I learned from it that yes, that design was not so good, that design was having so and so flaws, I should improve it. And then the prototype again. This is something where human centric design works on. It goes on and around it. Then benefits. What are the benefits of it? Building the right thing right. That is, when I see people in the industry, the success rate across the industry, human centered design is where we are helping our clients build the right thing, the right products, which can be used intuitively and effectively by our client, whether internal or external customers. In every sense, I would say that building the right thing right. We started with a small Nokia ka phone, keypad phone, and now we are into iPhone and Androids. They started ideating, prototyping, testing, feedbacks, and everything. And we have come so far. We started as normal designing of house, normal what Indians used to call rail ka dabba ban jata hai ghar. And now we are giving so different shapes to our spaces. Zaha Hadid, everything circular. Sanjay Puri, wow, what is he working? What is he doing? So, so awesome. So, we are turning spaces. Then, break down the silos. That is, our human centered engagements should bridge the gap between the business and the technology. That's what I said. The mobile phones is building the bridge. What I started off, Nokia ka phone, and what I ended up. Then getting a fresh perspective. Every time, everything I'm designing, I have to get a fresh perspective on it. What my stakeholders want, what my stakeholder is willing to get from me. I have to see his business challenge. Nowadays, to just do the branding, to just showcase the things, we are getting so many chaos everywhere. We are getting so many things in our design. So we have to get a fresh perspective on it. Incubate, design, and build. That is the experimental approach. If I think that no, I am not going to do the experiments, I am just going to execute it. It won't work. It won't work ever. I have to think of experimenting it. I have to do that daring of experimenting it. Otherwise, it won't work ever. Because only after experiment I can learn what was good in my design and what was bad. One important thing is human centered design में communication. We have to communicate. That is, we have to collaborate. If I think as an interior designer, I will do anything or everything on my own. It is not at all possible. I can't design a home on my own. I can't design an office on my own. Just a one man army. No. I need a plumber. I need a carpenter. I need a false ceiling person. I need an electrician. If I am designing a store, I need a graphic designer. I need a logo designer. I need a communication designer because I have to make the brand's visuals and everything. So, human centric design says that be communicative, be collaborative. A fashion designer can't be just like that, yes, I'll do it on my own. No ways. I have to have for a particular brand. If I talk about Sabyasachi, good, he's a fashion designer, working good, very nice, everything. But he needs a communication designer. Why? That will speak his brand language, the logos, the dress he designed has to be showcased. For that, he need a graphic designer, a communication designer who will talk about the brand. So anything can be human centric, but has to be communicative, has to be collaborative. A designer has to be collaborative. Students who are willing to get up as a designer, willing to come as a designer in the industry, in the future industry, has to work on things like collaboration, on empathizing the things, empathizing the clients, the approach. Without that, I don't think it can be something that can be worked out. So, this chart shows that the center shows that communicate. If I communicate, I can empathize, I can ideate, I can screen it off, prototyping and discovering. I can go on and on. So, everything is correlated. And when I talk about few examples of human centric design, these are the four phases: planning the process, understanding, specifying my user requirement, producing the design solutions, evaluating the design against requirements, and then designing the solutions. Now, if I talk about a common example of day to day life in the Indian society, why people, I don't say maximum, but quite good amount of people try avoiding purchasing a black car because of the cultural thoughts that black is not that shubh. That is human centric design. That's why nowadays red color is there, blue color is there, yellow color is there. That is also a process of human centric design. Earlier, when you see the kitchen pillar, vegetable peeler, it was just having one peeling thing in it. Now they are designing it in a way where there are multiple peelers in it. If anyone has noticed, Earlier, it was only designed for the people who are right handed. The people who are left handed used to face issues using it. The vegetable peelers. Now they have designed vegetable peelers for the people who are left handed also. Day before yesterday, I went in an exhibition where a student designed a cutter kind of, or a vegetable cutter kind of, which was having three bars in it, three knives in it, so that you can adjust the knives accordingly and cut the vegetable in that particular size. If I want to cut lady finger, I can adjust it accordingly. If I want to cut tomatoes big, I can adjust it accordingly. That is human centric design. Prototyping done, ideation done. So everything has to be on and around the people who are going to use it, on and around the environment. Earlier, there were like, we used to have everything, every furniture used to have handles. If I'm, if you can relate with me, big handles and small handles. Nowadays, everything is having concealed handles. Why? Why? Yes, there is aesthetic sense in it. I agree to it that there is aesthetic sense in it. But the other sense was, those handles used to hurt people. In case there is a kid in your home, it may hurt that kid. So, someone, some designer, architect thought of making it, converting it into concealed handles, wherein no one will get hurt, my aesthetic beauty will also increase, and similarly, the problem will get solved. Coming more towards it, earlier there used to be concealed handles which were ready made. You can fix it in your furniture. But now you can directly cut those concealed handles in your ply. No use of handles. Avoid it. Directly cut. Talking about this kiosk, it is human centeredly designed. This green one is designed in a way that I would like to spend more time here, more working hours. It has to be so interesting, so communicative. Again, for a designer, if I design a boring kind of a room, no, he won't be able to work there. See this, the Sula vineyards, they have designed the testing rooms with good views, maybe for the healthy environment, looking for the sustainability, which is one of the biggest factor right now. Sustainability is something everyone is considering. Everything has to be sustainable. Then this community centric space, again, how to personalize that space, how to make use of space, less space and more use, and simultaneously comforting it, enhancing that comfort of the occupant. IDFC Bank headquarters. This is something I was saying, that how people are working on the designs. They have designed the sitting also inside it. They have designed it in a sustainable manner also. And everything is taken into space. The informal meetings can be done under it. The brainstorming can be done because I have nature around. So that is what human centric design is all about. Every designer has to work this way: interior, architecture, fashion, and on and beyond that also. A product designer, I will say UI UX, a industrial designer, a transportation designer, everything works same. You have to connect with the user. Why the phones went on to Android and iPhone? Because my relatives sitting far away from me, miles away from me, I was not able to connect. They thought of getting connected. Why can't we stop a auto on the road and sit into it? No, I want to make use of my time and I want to make things easy for me. So thought of getting Uber and Ola apps. Spotify. Why can't I see my songs on YouTube? Why can't I run them on YouTube? No, I want to make things easy. I can save the songs I like in my library and use Spotify and Wink there. Why modular furniture? Why not everything fixed? No, it has to be modular because the user is requiring that. He or she is having that particular requirement. Everything nowadays is getting modular. Everything. Right now, I myself has designed a kitchen wherein there are tires in it. Why? Thoda bahut I can move it. The shelves can be moved. Earlier, we used to have jalis in the kitchen, jali wala shelves in the modular kitchen. Now we moved on to tandem. Why? That is also human-centric design. The reason was that jali wala kitchen used to attract lot of cockroaches and rust because by mistake every time everyone puts wet utensils in it and it attracts those things. So thought of getting tandem boxes, keep anything, everything. Easy to take it off, clean it and put it again. This is what all human centric design talks about. Making the process easy, making the process approachable with a proper way of doing it, which again I repeat, empathize, ideate, prototype, feedback, and solutions. I welcome all the questions and answers on this particular topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Professor Nidhi. It's very, very interesting to see the
Thank you so much.
applications of what you've done. Um, there's a question from one of the audience members with the name Blurry.
Okay.
The question is, what is the difference between feasibility and viability?
Okay. Uh, just a moment. I'll come back.
All right.
Okay, feasibility is basically, if I say it is a possibility, thought of getting something done. That is what I said is the financial feasibility. That particular place can't be designed in 50 lakhs. It has to be done in 25 lakhs. So I have a room of getting it done into 25 lakhs. I can't say that it can't be done. There are materials, there are different things that I can use and make that space look good in 25 lakhs also. But viability refers to something that is ability to survive technically, organizationally. A particular thing, a particular product, a particular space, maybe idea that can work, that can survive. I have to see that. That is what something I said, prototyping is necessary. I can't directly execute anything. I have to do prototyping first.
All right. I hope that's understood. Um, right. So, Professor Nidhi, if you can reopen your presentation.
Sure.
The focus was heavily centered around the design thinking process, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, so in terms of that aspect, as far as human-centered design, the applications go beyond, just the physical spaces that we see or the physical products that we touch. It also goes into the realm of the digital experiences that we have, right?
Exactly.
So whether it's the apps, whether it is um, the apps or the games that we play or the learning that we do, that centricity, the human centricity, is very, very critical from that aspect. How how do companies formulate their teams to focus on that? Is that the most important thing, or is it a combination of many of the sub stages in this, right?
I I think it is a combination of many of the sub stages.
Hmm.
Like I gave you so many examples, uh, like the mobile phones, like the modular furniture. It is a combination wherein we work as a designer, wherein we work, and with time we see that what changes has to be done, what changes. uh, there is where feasibility, a client's feasibility also changes with time. Earlier when I started,
I think there is some network issue.
Yeah, yeah. So at this time, Paridhi, let me bring you on. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Nidhi, I think there was some network issue, but what we've done is we'll just give a little time to Paridhi to
sure,
talk
sure.
about the school, MIT
Yes.
Institute of Design, Indore. So Paridhi is the representative of the school, and she works very closely with the admissions department, or she is part of the admissions department, the core. And we'd like to hear from Paridhi a little bit about the school and what's the key aspects that you'd like to talk about the school, Paridhi. Over to you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Dion. So, hello everyone, and I'll guide you about the university. I'll just give you the glimpse of the university that will help you later to plan about this design university. So, yes, Avantika University is India's first design centered university, which is part of MIT Group of Institutions Pune. It has been promoted by MIT Group of Institutions Pune in 2017. So, yes, we are 7-year-old university, which is designed specially for design courses. We have other courses also, but that is again the blend we have with design, which is important for you to learn about the industry. So this is completely practical based study, project based learning. We have scenario based learning. We have experiential learning, environment based learning, and almost all the specializations which you see around design, industrial design. We cover product, we cover transportation, interior space and furniture. We have immersive media design, UI and UX design, graphics, game design, animation, fashion design. We cover all the specializations of design at the university. So yes, as we are 7-year-old university, we our 3 batches have been passed out. So we have got our 3 convocations done already. Now, if we talk about the admission procedure, so our admission process is already started. To get in the university, you have to go through our own entrance exam, which is Design Scholarship Test, DST, which is Entrance Cum Scholarship Test. This year, this exam is on 15th of December 2024. And the best part is it's an online exam. So you can give this exam from your home, from your laptop or desktop, because it's a proctored exam, it's AI based exam, right? So if you perform well in this exam, you'll definitely get good scholarships later when you plan for your admission. There is round 2 also, which is thinking challenge and personal interview. So if you clear the round 1, if you get good scores in that, then you have to go through the round 2, where you have to solve some questions, thinking challenge. You have to submit it to us. Based on your response, we will be planning your interview online, and your interaction with the faculty through interview process. So this is one of the process to get in the university. So do fill the application form, because there is no application fee we have kept for it. We already have one more entrance exam, which is commonly handled by MIT group of institutions. So yes, for this exam, you'll be getting good scholarships, and it will be making you prepare for almost all the design entrance exams. The level of this exam is, handled by our very, very senior faculty, Sanjay Jain sir, who is the founding director of ID Campus Pune. Since 2017, he is with us. So all the faculty members at the university are, in making of this question paper. So definitely prepare for the entrance exam. Leon, so we can take few questions if they have anything, about the university or about the exam, about the admission procedure.
Sure, sure. We can do that. While we wait for those questions to come in, there's a question from Soul Sisters, and this is directed to Professor Nidhi. Yeah, so the question is HCD a different stream like communication and product design? Or is it an approach which can be used in all streams of design?
It is, am I audible?
Yeah.
It is a approach basically which can be applied in all the design areas. That is what I'm talking about. In every kind of design streams view, we can apply this approach. There is no such areas where without HCD we can work on. And it is a kind of, I can say, or I can use the word that it can be used as a subject area for all the streams in design, wherein when a student comes in foundation, wherein we teach them about the HCD, that how you have to connect with your client, how you have to think about prototyping and ideations. If I talk about MIT Indore also, the foundation students start working on the ideations thing on the foundation level itself, in the foundation classes only. That how to do ideation of a particular small product also. So HCD is kind of a subject which is used in all the design streams.
All right. And in a sense, the design process itself is very human centered, isn't it? And that's
Yeah.
actually
Exactly.
the application happens. So also what happens is when you talk about humanizing or human centered design, it really involves an element of empathy, right? Which is the core, which is really what every solution is based on. And the core is really, and what you mean by human-centered design is that you're really empathizing with the user and then building up your identifying problems and then building up solutions.
And that is what I will say is the difference between art and design. And art is like we just make a art, we just make a particular, I will say a painting or anything kind of, and we put it on. But a design has to be thought of. A design has to be workable. A design has to be something that can be executed. So that is the difference between art and design also, which comes here.
Absolutely. So art would be more like a self-expression, while
Exactly.
design would be thought of from an empathetic point of view and a user.
Yes, because design is something that has to, that will have a stakeholder. Someone is going to use it somewhere. If it is gaming, a person who likes game, he is going to use it. If it is transportation, someone is going to use it. If it is a space, someone will stay there. So it is all around in every stream.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. Jaswant SK is asking the next question, and this is directed to Paridhi. All right. So, what's the process to write the online exam on the 15th after you finish the application? So, when are a couple of questions that came on our group today was when is the hall ticket being released and things like that. Yeah.
So as the exam is on 15th, we are releasing the hall ticket mostly on 7 or 8th of December. So you'll receive that as an email. You'll be receiving the link for the exam. There you'll be having your username or password also, through which you can start your exam. And the whole manual will be given with a YouTube video that how to give this entrance exam.
All right. All right. So that's good. Um, and just for understanding, to build up on Justin's question, once the exam is over, approximately how long does it take for the evaluations to happen and the scholarships to be announced?
Evaluation will be done mostly in a week's time. So after a week, we will be sending you the result through mails only. You just have to keep a check on your mail all time. So if you get selected, you'll be receiving the mail from our side that you have been selected for the round 2. And we will be attaching the thinking challenge questions in the same mail. Then we will be giving you 1 more week's time to process on that thinking challenge questions. You have to solve it and submit it to us, in which the link, Google Forms link, will be sending to you in the same email. You have to attach it. Based on your Google Form response, we will be fixing your interview. And the date has been decided by you only, by the students.
Okay. Okay. So at a convenient date for them.
Convenient date, because January will be starting our interviews and they'll be having their pre-boards, right? So
Yeah.
according to their convenience, their time, they will be deciding it.
All right. All right. All right. So Jaswant, I hope you've got your answers to that. And Soul Sisters, I hope you've got your answers to that, to your question as well. Yeah. So responding to your statement, you said communication design also focuses on the same theme of finding the best and easiest solution to the user to communicate. Oh, how HCD is different from that? Yeah. So Soul Sisters, this question has been answered. Um, communication design. So HCD can be applied to communication design, can be applied to product design, and it is the fundamental process what you're going to use to get to develop your problems and your solutions. And with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Professor Nidhi and Paridhi, for taking the time out to come and talk about this very insightful topic with our audience. And for the audience here, the application link has been pinned to the YouTube chat. So please click on that link and sign up at the earliest. All right. You still have a few days before
30th of November, sir.
When's the
We are
last
closing applications.
When's the last date?
30th of November, we are closing the applications.
Okay, so just another 11 days left. So please go ahead and make sure that you click on this particular link. It's very important that you click on this link, because if you click on this link, then Paridhi knows that you are from DQ Labs, and then she gets so then Paridhi and her team will attend to all your queries. All right.
Yeah,
With this,
definitely, sir.
thank you so much, and looking forward to more interactions with the team from MIT Indore.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So, same here.
All right. Goodbye.